So good morning, welcome back. I started the reproductive system and also discussed the male reproductive system. Today, rest of the things, namely that female reproductive system and the life cycle, we are going to discuss. The first is the female reproductive system. You know that ovaries, which are the primary female sex organ, a pair of ovaries, so located in the 13th segment, a pair of ovaries which are located in the 13th segment. So located in the 13th segment. So listen, so here this is segment 13, here a pair of ovaries. Listen, there are a pair of ovaries, so which are located in the 13th segment, and ovarian funnels. So beneath the ovary, that same segment, beneath the ovary, a funnel-like structure that is called ovarian funnels. Okay, ovarian funnel. So listen, a funnel-like structure is there, so that collect the egg produced by the ovaries, and the two ovarian funnels join and form a oviduct. Okay, that is both join and form a, that is beneath the, what is that funnel-like structures, that duct, it is oviduct arises, that both join and open. Okay, as a single opening. Okay, single opening, that is called female genital pore, which is located in the 14th segment. 13th segment, a pair of ovaries. So beneath the ovaries, what is that? Ovarian funnel, that funnel which is continued as the oviduct. Okay, ovarian funnel which continued as the oviduct. The two oviduct, it is fused, join and form a common, okay, single duct and open exterior. So in the that middle of the that 14th segment, middle of the 14th segment. So that opening is called female genital pore. The location is the middle. That's why it is a median genital pore. It is a single. Okay, two oviduct collect the eggs and fuse, join and form a single duct that open into the 14th segment. Okay, that is which occupies the female reproductive system, simply occupies the 13th and 14th segment. Okay, 13th and 14th segment. And that's all, that male and female reproductive system. And next is the Spermatika. What is the Spermatika? Spermatika. So listen, in this diagram, listen, three pairs of thecum means it's a chamber, it is a compartments. So which are three pairs, the intersegmental location, which is located intersegmentally, that is between the 6th and 7th. Between the, listen, this is the 6th segment actually. So this is the 6th segment. So between 6 and 7, one pair. And 7th and 8th, another pair. See, this is first pair. See, this is that sac-like structures. That is called Spermatika. Intersegmental, in between the 6 and 7, one pair, 7 and 8, another pair. So 8 and 9, okay, 8 and between the 8 and 9 it is another pair. It is three pairs, okay, three pairs. Spermatikae or seminal receptacles. Seminal receptacles. That means that receives the spermatozoa, that receives and stores the spermatozoa. Spermatozoa. Theca, that is chamber or compartments. It is otherwise known as seminal receptacles, that is located intersegmental. Between the 6 and 7, one pair, 7 and 8, another pair, 8 and 9, another pair. That three pairs. Okay, it receives the, listen, spermatozoa when at the time of copulation. At the time of copulation or mating, so it receives them and store the spermatozoa. So that is helpful for the fertilization of the egg. So that is helpful for the fertilization. So how the fertilization takes place, we'll discuss that in the next slide. Okay, that's all. The spermatica, that's three parts. Listen, I'm repeating. Spermatikae or the seminal receptacles. The main function is that receives the spermatozoa during the copulation and store. Okay, receives and store the spermatozoa during the copulation. That is the intersegmental, that arrangement between 6 and 7, 7 and 8, 8 and 9, three pairs. Okay, then next is the process of reproduction. How the reproduction takes place. Structure, what are the that parts or components which involved in the reproduction, testis, ovary and spermatica. So these are mainly involved. So next is the reproduction. How the reproduction takes place. Listen. So at the time of reproduction, that male and that is the two worms, that two earthworms come closer, and it is it arranged like this. That is called juxta. Okay, that mutual that is mutual exchange of the spores takes place. So which is arranged like this, that anterior and posterior ends which is arranged opposite. It's called juxtaposing. Okay, that position is called juxtaposing. This is important. Juxtaposing. The two worms are arranged. Listen. So at that time, during this juxtaposing, that male genital aperture, which is located in the 18th segment, male genital aperture. So exactly, okay, listen, this male genital aperture exactly that is arranged, that is close to the spermatical. Spermatical. So listen here, this is the anterior side, that is 7 and 8, 9, that is here the spermatical openings are there, and this is the 19th segment, that is 18th segment. So here, okay, that here 18th segment, here the male genital aperture are located. So that male genital aperture and the male genital aperture of this lower worm, that is exactly that opposite to the spermatical openings. Okay, spermatical openings, that is this position is called juxtaposing. And now at this time that male release the spermatozoa. Okay, so that is deposited into the spermaticae. That is that spermatozoa which are deposited receives okay by the spermaticae. Now the spermatica is filled with spermatozoa. Okay, spermatozoa. This process, this is called copulation or mating. Okay, copulation or mating, that reproduction we are discussing. And then next, so after the mating takes place, this is very interesting. So about 10 days after the copulation, about 10 days, so that earthworms start producing the cocoons. See, listen. So you can understand that this is the life cycle. That is, this is mating takes place. That mating, okay, mating, and the spermatica is now filled with the sperms, and after this fusion, copulation, that start producing the cocoon after the 10 days. What is cocoon? So imagine just like the chocolate. You imagine the chocolate, the normal chocolate, inside there is a chocolate, that sweet, that content is there, which is covered by a wrapper, Okay, here that wrapper like, that is a structure is produced, that is called cocoon. So this is the cocoon. Okay, the cocoon, how it start producing the cocoon. This is earthworm. So listen carefully, all of you. So this is the clitellum region, that clitellum. So here you know that is that the 14th segment, this is the 14th segment, that female genital aperture is opened, female genital aperture. So that produces egg, that eggs comes out through this genital aperture, and this clitellum, listen very important, that clitellum produces a girdle-like structure, a girdle. So it produces a viscous, a gelatinous substance, okay, or gelatinous, or a jelly-like substance is produced, okay, around the clitellum. But now that substances, that girdle which hardens by the wrinkling movement, so imagine, so just like this, the ring irukku parunga, so indha mari dhaan idu ipo and around the clitellum or girdle form pannum, and the girdle vandu pathina அப்படியே move ஆகும். At that time it receives the egg from the that 14th segment, female genital aperture, அங்க egg receive பண்ணிக்கும், அந்த girdle அப்படியே வரும் பாருங்க, அப்படியே மூவ் ஆயிட்டே வருது பாருங்க, அப்படியே மூவ் ஆயிட்டே வரும். When it is coming near to this 6, 7, 8, 9, here spermatical openings are there. In the girdle அப்படியே இங்க மூவ் ஆகி வரும். அப்ப that receives the spermatozoa. அப்ப sperm வந்து என்ன பண்ணும், fertilization takes place. அப்ப sperm collect பண்ணிக்கும், அப்படியே வந்துரும். வந்து டக்குனு வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா அப்படியே that is when coming the end, that releases. அத பாருங்க, இதான் cocoon. இப்ப இதுக்குள்ள என்ன இருக்கும், egg and spermatozoa are there. Okay, that is called cocoon. இந்த cocoon formation ஆயிருது. After the 10 days of the copulation, that is that the cocoon is formed. Okay, cocoon, it is nothing but a hard structure, a capsule-like structure. Listen, a capsule-like structure, so which contains the egg and the spermatozoa. Okay, that cocoon is released. In the soil. Okay, listen. After 15 days, okay, this is that capsule-like structure that contains the egg and spermatozoa, and which is released in the soil about 15 days, about nearly 2 weeks, okay, 2 to 3 weeks. So about 15 days, so that incubate by the action of sunlight, okay, sun's temperature, so that incubate, that is that young ones is coming out, hatch out, and juveniles are coming out. Juvenile, that young one coming out, okay. And this is that young one, it not possess the clitellum, okay, that is called non-clitellate. That form is called non-clitellate, that is no clitellum. Okay, and so about okay, same 2 to 3 weeks, it grows, the non-clitellate forms, it grows about 17 days and forms the next, it's adult form. So adult form, that is called clitellate form. Then this is adult, then once again that is enter into the reproductive cycle. So once again that enter into the reproductive cycle. So this is that reproductive process, that life cycle of that earthworm. So listen, that first is the mating, okay, mating and release this spermatozoa and received by the spermatikae, and after the mating about it is 15 days that start producing the cocoons. I said what is cocoon? Inside the cocoon it contains egg and spermatozoa. It's a girdle-like structure. அப்படியே வரும் வந்தவொடனே both the ends are closed just like the chocolate wrapper அப்படியே close ஆயிடும் டக்குன்னு. And inside that contains the that is egg and spermatozoa. So that is incubate for it takes about 2 to 3 weeks to incubate. Okay, that incubate that juvenile that young one, juvenile means young one which is no clitellum, that not possess about 2 weeks it develops. Okay, and at times the clitellar form about 2 weeks it grows and receives and develops the clitellum. Okay, now after maturation it's once again enter into the reproduction. Okay, this is the reproductive cycle, that life cycle. That overall to complete this one cycle it takes some 60 days. Okay, it takes some 60 days to complete the one life cycle. One cycle it takes cycle. It's a beautiful illustration. Okay, that cocoon formation, really it is a wonderful mechanism by which the cocoon is formed. And non-clitellate form and clitellate form, that young one immediately comes out of the cocoon, it not possess the clitellum, that is non-clitellate form. Non-clitellate form. Okay, then it after the development it's roughly 2 to 3 weeks after that that it clitellum, that means that matured, that shows that it is matured. Okay, that's what, that is the life cycle of the earthworm. Then next is area is the vermi-tech. Okay, this is the advantages or uses. So you know already that the earthworms which are called the friends of farmers. Okay, friends of farmers because that enrich the soil fertility by releasing the that is what is that that fecal matter, that is called worm cast. Okay, worm cast, that fecal matter. So undigested waste materials we send out and that is called worm cast. Okay, that is highly nutritious, that enriches the soil fertility. Also it makes burrows, it makes the burrows holes, okay, through that that aeration, aerate the soil, that helpful for the that is penetration of the root, and it facilitates the respiration by the roots. So that that earthworm is called it's friends of farmer. For this because of this phenomenon, that earthworms are called friends of farmers, விவசாயிகளின் நண்பன். Okay, because it does two functions, namely enrich the soil fertility and make the soil aerate. Okay, also what is vermi-tech? Okay, that is by nowadays by using the earthworm, that we culturing the earthworm, we can convert the that what is that unwanted, that organic substances into the useful manure. Okay, that is called, that technology is called vermi-tech. Okay, so in this we are going to discuss the vermiculture, vermicomposting, vermi-wash. Okay, so these are some of the applications of the earthworm. That this commonly called it's a vermitech. மண்புழு உரம் அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம். Okay, that is the vermicomposting. That is vermicomposting. That is and by using this earthworm we are producing the manure. That's vermicomposting. Okay, that is by culturing the earthworm, vermiculture. Okay, vermi wash that we are going to discuss. So all together collectively called vermitech. So already is basically it make the soil nutritious. Okay, soil nutritious. So in the industrial level we are using by using the earthworm we manufacture the compost that is called vermicompost. Listen, vermiculture. What is vermiculture? Worm, earthworm, culturing the earthworm. Okay, why? Listen, it is nothing but what is vermiculture? It is a very important 2 marks question. So these earthworms helps in recycling of the dead and decayed plant material. Okay, it helps in recycling of the dead and decayed plant material. How it recycles? By feeding them. Okay, by feeding them. Okay, it feeds and it releases the waste. Vermicast. So by we are applying, we are utilizing that time. Okay, we are exploit the worms. Okay, we are culturing the worms, rearing. Okay, rearing the worms. That is artificial rearing or cultivation of the earthworms. Okay, to increase this normal phenomenon, to recycle the dead and decayed plant material. Okay, we artificially culture the earthworms. Okay, and thus we produce the manure. Okay, we are utilizing for various purpose, agriculture purpose, for the betterment of the human beings. What is vermiculture? For the betterment of the human beings, we culture, not natural, it is by artificial means, we culture the earthworms. Okay, and by using that we convert the dead and decayed plant material into useful manure. That is called vermiculture. Okay, do you understand? This is okay, culture rearing, culture earthworm. We what is that? Rear or culture the earthworm to recycle the dead and decayed organic matter. Okay, it is converted into, that is manure, compost. So that is called that procedure is called vermiculture. 2 marks. Okay, that is vermiculture. But nowadays it is available. It is vermicompost in packets, small packets, even large bags also available. Depending upon the need we can buy. But normally நம்ம garden home gardens எல்லாம் பண்ணினோம்னா அதுக்கு வந்து it is மண்புழு உரம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அதான் vermicompost. மண்புழு உரம்ன்றது தான் it is vermicompost. அது available, nowadays available. அது வந்து organic manure. அது வந்து organic. அதனால வந்து not any side effects to the soil, not cause any pollution. That is the advantage. Cheap, okay, and nutritious, not any side effects, harmful effects to the soil, not causes any soil pollution. Okay, soil pollution, land pollution, do not cause any land pollution. That is the advantage. Okay, that is vermicompost. What is vermicompost? This is separate. Vermicompost. What is vermicompost? What is vermicompost? That compost manure produced by using the earthworm is called vermicomposting. This is separate. Okay, that producing the manure, compost using the earthworm is called vermicomposting. And next is the vermi-wash. Vermi-wash. ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. மேன்யூர், இப்போ மேன்யூர் நம்ம பண்ணுறோம். மேன்யூர் வந்து எப்படி இருக்கும் நார்மலாக? கம்போஸ்ட்ன்றது கம்போஸ்ட்ன்றது இது சாலிட். ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. நம்ம இந்த குப்பையெல்லாம் என்ன பண்ணியிருப்போம், ஒரு குழியில் போட்டு வச்சுருப்போம், அது மக்கி போயிருக்கும். அதுக்கு தெரியும், குப்பை குழின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அதான் கம்போஸ்ட் பிட். இட் இஸ் டெக்னிக்கலி கால்டு, இட் இஸ் கம்போஸ்ட் பிட். எருக்குழி, குப்பை குழின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. நம்ம வில்லேஜில் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, கவுடங் அதெல்லாம் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அப்படியே டெய்லி அப்படியே அதில் கொட்டிகிட்டே வருவாங்க. அது ஆஃப்டர் 1 year வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அது அங்கே மக்கி போயிட்டு அதான் கம்போஸ்ட், அந்த மேன்யூர் கிடைக்கும், கம்போஸ்டிங். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி இப்போ நார்மலாக கம்போஸ்ட்ன்றது வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா வெர்மி கம்போஸ்ட் சாலிடாக இருக்கும். வெர்மி வாஷ் அது சேம் தான், இட் இஸ் அது லிக்விட். ஓகே, அது லிக்விட். அது லிக்விட் வெரி சிம்பிள். இப்போ நார்மலாக டீ இருக்குது. டீ என்ன பண்ணுறோம், சாரி டீ பவுடர். நம்ம நார்மலாக டீ பவுடர் யூஸ் பண்ணோம்ல ஃபார் மேக்கிங் டீ அண்ட் காஃபி பவுடர், டீ பவுடர். அது வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இப்போ வெர்மி கம்போஸ்ட்ன்றது இட்ஸ் லைக் தி டீ பவுடர், டீ தூள். அதான் வெர்மி கம்போஸ்ட். இப்போ என்ன பண்றோம், டிகாஷன் எடுக்கிறதுக்கு என்ன பண்றோம், அதுல ஹாட் வாட்டர் போடுறோம். நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுது, டிகாஷன் வருது. ஓகே, அதே மாதிரி தான் வெர்மி வாஷ்ன்றது. Okay, it's nothing but if the nutrients which are extracted, okay, by dissolving it in the soil, water, by dissolving the vermicompost in the soil, then we can get what? It is a liquid that is called vermi wash. Okay, the liquid form, we can get the liquid that is vermi wash. It is a liquid manure. It is same down. That is that vermicompost is dissolved and that extract is obtained. Very simple. Otherwise nothing. That is called vermi wash. It is a liquid manure. How we can use that vermi wash to the plants? It is used as the foliar spray. Okay. Okay. Foliar spray. What is foliar spray? Spray பண்றோம். Foliar na leaf. That green leaves. Okay, leafல வந்து spray பண்ணும். Okay, we have to spray the leaves. அது டைரக்டா leafல இருந்து எடுத்துக்கும், which is used as the foliar spray. Okay, all it is the that it's nothing but the liquid vermicomposting. It is prepared from okay, that fecal matter already it is contain enzymes and hormones. That fecal matter not only it is undigested waste, undigested, also that contain some enzymes, hormones, even sometimes it contains the antibiotics also. From the earthworm, that is that fecal matter contains antibiotics, enzymes and hormones. Okay, so the vermi wash contain all the micronutrients and these enzymes, hormones. This way this is effective, that manure and applied as the spray, that is a foliar spray. Foliar, it is a green leaf able to synthesize the food. That green leaf simply, that is called foliar. Okay, and wormery or the worm bin. Okay, what is the wormery or worm bin? ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. இட் இஸ் நம்ம டஸ்ட் பின் இருக்கு இல்லைங்களா, டஸ்ட் பின், அது மாதிரி ஓம் பின், வேற ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. ஓகே, தட் இஸ் ஆஃப் எனி சைஸ். நம்ம என்ன பண்ணோம், தட் இஸ் ஒரு தொட்டி மாதிரி கட்டினோம். ஓகே, தட் கம்பார்ட்மெண்ட்ஸ். ஓகே, ஏதாவது நம்ம வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஆஃப் எனி சைஸ் தட் பின்ஸ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கம்பார்ட்மெண்ட்ஸ் கட்டிட்டு அதுக்குள்ளே வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த வேஸ்ட் மெட்டீரியல்ஸ்லாம் நம்ம வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம we can even in the home itself we can prepare the vermicompost. இந்த ஓம் பின் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு பாக்ஸ் மாதிரி தான் ஓம் பின் ஆஃப் எனி சைஸ், புரியுதுங்களா? இதுக்குள்ளே வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா சம் அமௌண்ட் ஆஃப் சாயில் இருக்கணும். அதில் நீங்கள் ஓம்ஸ் இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் பண்ணணும், எர்த் ஓம்ஸ் இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் பண்ணிவிட்டு அந்த வேஸ்ட் எல்லாம் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா have to dumped into the compartment, and finally in the upper layer for some amount of the soil should be covered. இதை அப்படியே வெட்டிட்டீங்கன்னா for some time that is vermicompost will be used. புரியுதுங்களா? Okay, this is called, this compartment is called worm bin. Very simple. Okay, still is a litter or leaf, litter or biomass. Okay, these are the waste which are introduced into this worm bin. So worm bin, so that this earthworm is digest. Okay, make into compost. Yeah. And this is called worm bin. It is that compartment where the vermicompost or producer is called worm bin. Okay, that's all. And another application, the earthworms which are used for the manufacture of the vermicompost, also the earthworms are used as the bait in fishing. Also that earthworm is used as the bait in fishing. அது என்ன bait தெரியுமா? Anybody? Bait தெரியுமா? இதான் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா this is worm bin. You know what is bait? Anybody? This is the worm bin of any size. Of any size. நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி பாருங்க compartments. So inside that litter, leaf and waste organic materials are dumped. And here inside there is earthworms that decompose the dead material and convert it into the manure. Okay, manure as a vermicompost. Yeah, and coming next, next is this one. It is one of the use of the earthworm. It is extensively used in the manufacture of the compost, and also this is used as the bait. Bait means இப்போ நார்மலாக தூண்டில்லாம் போடுவாங்க. தூண்டில் அதில் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா சின்ன ஒரு ஃபிஷ் ஆர் ஓம் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அந்த வாட் இஸ் தட் அந்த ஹூக்கில் அதில் அதை கோத்து போடுவாங்க. அதை வந்து அதர் லார்ஜ் ஃபிஷ்ஷஸ் வந்து இட் இஸ் கம் டு ஈட். அப்போ தான் டக்குன்னு நம்ம அந்த தூண்டில் அந்த தூண்டிலில் வந்து இஸ் யூஸ்ட் ஆஸ் தி பெயிட். ஓகே, அதை பெயிட்டாக யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம். பெயிட்னா ஃபுட். ஸோ அதை வச்சு தான் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுறோம், அதர் ஃபிஷ்ஷஸ் அட்ராக்ட் பண்ணுறோம். தூண்டில் போடுறது தெரியும் உங்களுக்கு. ஓகே, தூண்டில். It is the earthworms which is also used as the bait in fishing. Bait in fishing. நீங்க பார்த்துருக்கலாம், அந்த ஹூக்கில் ஒரு சின்ன ஃபிஷ்ஷஸ் பண்ணி போடுவாங்க, அது ஸ்விம் பண்ணி போடும். அது வந்து என்ன பண்ணும், லார்ஜ் ஃபிஷ் வந்து என்ன பண்ணும், ஈட் பண்ண வரும். அப்போ அந்த ஹூக் வந்து என்ன ஆகும், அது பாடிக்குள்ளே போயிட்டு, அதுதான் நம்ம ஃபிஷிங் டெக்னாலஜி. ஓகே, அதுக்கு இது பெயிட்டாக யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. தூண்டில் போடுறவங்களுக்கு தெரியும், அந்த எர்த்வர்ம் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அந்த ஹூக்கில் வந்து யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க to catch the fishes. So this is the economic importance. Okay, that last area is the economic importance of the earthworm. Economic importance of earthworm. Okay, that's all. Any doubt? Any doubt?